Today on Airborne, a kit plane for jet jocks to fly at Oshkosh. 2 congressional hearings focus on aviation. And pilots at United Continental approve a strike vote. I'm Ashley Hale. Welcome to Airborne on Aero TV. Look up in the sky. It's a bird, it's a plane. No, it's the JSX-1, the proof of concept prototype of the subsonic very, very light jet. The JX-1 will be flying a 5-minute demonstration in 3 of AirVenture's pre-airshow showcases, appearing Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. Famed airshow pilot Bob Carlton will pilot the JSX-1. The Subsonics is a jet aircraft kit concept designed for those of you who want to cross jet jock off your bucket list. You can see the JSX-1 up close at the Sonex aircraft booth at AirVenture. That's in the North Aircraft Display area, and that's booth 622. And for those of you who prefer to travel at a slightly slower pace, Sonex has announced the addition of prefabricated parts for its popular Sonex and Waiex kit models, making the kit aircraft faster and easier to assemble than ever before. More than 100 new parts have been added to each kit, all featuring matched hole-formed parts that reduce fabrication and build time while increasing build accuracy. Also to be seen this year at Oshkosh is Team RV, flying for the first time at AirVenture. Because of their home-built experimental aircraft, Team RV feels a special connection to the AirVenture crowd. This diverse group of civilian aviators appears Monday and Wednesday and say they intend to exceed everyone's expectations. Able Flight will pin wings on its newest pilots at a special ceremony Tuesday, July 24th at 11:45 a.m. in Phillips 66 Plaza at AirVenture. Family, friends, and special guests will be there to honor the scholarship winners who took part in the 3rd annual Able Flight Purdue University Joint Training Project this summer. 5 of the 6 pilots who trained at Purdue will be on hand to get their wings. On Wednesday, 2 congressional subcommittees were talking aviation. The Homeland Security Subcommittee on Transportation held a hearing on the General Accounting Office's report entitled General Aviation Security: Weaknesses Exist in TSA's Process for Ensuring Foreign Flight Students Do Not Pose a Security Threat. Members had the opportunity to review the report's findings on the TSA's Alien Flight Student Program, AFSP. The AFSP was begun as a direct result of the 9/11 hijackings, but the GAO's report found several problems with the agency's oversight of which foreign students are allowed to take flight training in the U.S. One of the speakers at the hearing was NBAA's Vice President of Safety, Security, Operations, and Regulation, Doug Carr, who addressed the industry's work with federal authorities to improve security at general aviation airports. Also on the Hill, the U.S. House Transportation Committee's Subcommittee on Aviation conducted a hearing to review the FAA's Contract Tower program. The hearing was to review the ongoing audit by the Department of Transportation's Inspector General. That is, updating a 2003 report that showed contract towers to be at least as safe as FAA towers and significantly more cost-effective. Pilots at Legacy United Airlines and Legacy Continental Airlines have overwhelmingly authorized a legal withdrawal of service, a strike, pursuant to the Railway Labor Act. Almost 94% of the pilots voted, and of those, a solid 99% agreed with the strike vote. The 2 airlines merged in 2010, but the pilots remain under separate contracts, and union officials say this vote signifies their growing frustration after 2 years of unsuccessful negotiations. Reuters notes that even with the vote, a strike is no certainty. Federal law allows the White House to step in and stop any airline strike in the interest of the nation. United spokeswoman Megan McCarthy told the Denver Post, quote, "This is not uncommon at this point in negotiations and was expected," end quote. You're watching Airborne on Aero TV. We're back with more in a moment.
Since its inception, Redbird Flight Simulations has been dedicated to developing new training technologies and processes in an ongoing effort to make aviation safer, more affordable, and more accessible.
We're using technology to make this kind of training accessible to all flight schools of all sizes and all budgets, and to democratize flying in general, because we make this kind of training more accessible to people.
For more information about Redbird Flight Simulations, as well as Redbird's new skyport, visit www.redbirdflightsimulations.com or www.redbirdskyport.com.
Welcome back. If you'd like to suggest a story for Airborne, Aero TV, our website, or a podcast, send us an email to news-spy@aero-news.net. While most of aviation turns its attention to Oshkosh, a select group of lighter-than-air enthusiasts are headed to the Lone Star State. Our Aerocast producer and host Glenn Moyer explains.
Thanks, Ashley. 50 of the nation's top competitive hot air balloon pilots and their crew are en route to Longview, Texas for the start of the Balloon Federation of America's U.S. National Hot Air Balloon Championship. Each of these pilots won the right to be here by earning national ranking points through competitions at other events across the country in the past year. The Nationals begins Tuesday, with the pilots flying a series of different tasks each morning. Tuesday through Friday, the balloons are likely to be seen almost anywhere in the sky over Longview. On Friday afternoon, another 15 to 20 balloonists will join the competition, as the Nationals then run concurrently with the 34th Great Texas Balloon Race, and all of the festivities move to the East Texas Regional Airport. If there's an odds-on favorite, it would be Nick Donner of Kentucky. Already a 5-time national champion, Donner has won the last 4 consecutive Great Texas Balloon Races, a feat never before accomplished. In addition to the title of national champion and the right to represent the United States in a future world championship, each of these pilots is competing for their share of a prize purse totaling $50,000. I'm Glenn Moyer for Airborne and the Aero-News Network.
Hawker Beechcraft says that the U.S. Bankruptcy Court for the Southern District of New York has approved the company's motion to enter into exclusive negotiations with Superior Aviation Beijing Company Limited. The International Association of Machinists and Aerospace Workers had challenged the deal's exclusivity clause, saying it was premature, that the proposed sale should be fully reviewed by all interested parties, from the federal government to the Wichita community. The union also asserted that the sales could facilitate the transfer of valuable commercial and military-related technology to China, leading to the loss of high-skilled, high-paying aerospace jobs while compromising U.S. national security interests. Approval of this motion allows Hawker Beechcraft to spend up to 45 days exclusively negotiating with Superior regarding a strategic combination that HBC says would preserve jobs and product lines. The Solar Impulse aircraft landed successfully at Toulouse-Francazal Airport on Tuesday, but its return to Switzerland has been postponed while the crew waits for acceptable weather. As soon as the weather conditions are favorable again, pilot and program innovator Bertrand Piccard will take the controls of the prototype to bring it back home. When the HB-SIA prototype lands in Switzerland, it will have completed 3,240 nautical miles since its departure for the Crossing Frontiers mission flights on May 24, 2012, using no fuel. The flight traveled across Switzerland, Spain, and then over the Mediterranean to Morocco, proving the reliability of the aircraft's technology and the efficiency of its energy consumption. Well, thank goodness it's Friday, and that means it's time to share with you Jim Campbell's always evocative commentary called Barnstorming. Today, Jim reflects on the eve of Oshkosh 2012.
Thanks, Ashley. And hello, folks, and welcome to Oshkosh. For those of you still on your way out, or maybe even not having left yet, we've been here 5 days now. We're all set up. Our mobile command center is operational. I wanted to talk real quickly about the eve of Oshkosh, because this one's going to be kind of interesting. We have an FAA administrator here who's been a career bureaucrat who's going to have to listen to us and answer some questions, and I've got some tough ones for him. I hope you do too. We have a new EAA boss who's creating some controversy here and there, and he's going to be answering our questions on Friday. But if you happen to get this before Friday afternoon, shoot me an email, jim@aero-news.net, and tell me what questions you'd ask Rod Hightower if you were in my shoes. But most of all, I hope you'll come to Oshkosh, and for those who can't come to Oshkosh, I hope you'll watch it avidly. And know this, you need to participate. I know I've been hammering this message home, but the fact of the matter is simply this. We have the aviation we deserve. We have the aviation that we allowed to grow into what it is now, or not grow so much as to kind of slide away. If we want a new and better aviation, we have to be proactive. There are many wonderful proactive people trying to make this happen. I want you to be a part of it. Come by, see us. We're the big building with the banners on it right next to the media center. Join me at Oshkosh 2012, folks. You ain't seen nothing yet. Let's make this the first day in a new life for aviation. For the Aero-News Network, Airborne, and of course Aero TV, I'm Jim Campbell.
In 1988, the Beach Boys topped the charts with their hit song, Kokomo. It was about two lovers making a lazy trip to an island paradise in the Caribbean. Now, Caribbean Flying Adventures is hoping to achieve similar results with news they've negotiated with officials in the Caymans and the Dominican Republic to open their airspace to experimental aircraft. Previously, the FAA requirement that experimental aircraft obtain permission from Caribbean countries before flying to those destinations prevented a lot of pilots from experiencing the joy of island flying. The new permissions are effective this month, just in time for a little vacationing after AirVenture. In fact, representatives from both islands will be at Oshkosh as part of the Caribbean Corner organized by Caribbean Flying Adventures. Well, for now, Kokomo's gonna have to wait because it's Oshkosh or bust for the entire ANN staff as we begin our coverage of AirVenture again this year with the daily airborne programs Monday through Friday, July 23rd through the 27th at 8 p.m. Central Time. And please remember, Airborne is now seen twice weekly, Tuesdays and Fridays here on Aero TV. Quick, concise, and convenient, you're always up to date when you're airborne with Aero TV. I'm Ashley Hale, thanks for watching.